Hey there, gang. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Oral Reports. You know, the Halloween season can never be completed without watching a Scooby-Doo movie, and so far during my blog show, I've only looked at two of the classical 2D animated Scooby-Doo films, which were Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. But I think someday I should blog Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island and Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders one of these days. However, did you know that a CGI Scooby-Doo film was supposed to have a theatrical release this year? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about tonight. So, released on demand on May 15th, 2020, the movie is Scoob. Now, this Scooby-Doo movie reveals how lifelong friends Scooby and Shaggy first met, and how they first joined with young detectives Fred, Velma, and Daphne to form the famous Mystery Inc. Now, with hundreds of cases solved and adventures shared, Scooby and the gang face their biggest, most challenging mystery ever. A plot to unleash the ghost dog Cerberus upon the world. As they face to stop this global dogpocalypse, the gang discovers that Scooby has a very secret legacy and an epic destiny greater than anyone ever imagined. So, what do I personally think of this new Scooby-Doo film? Well, this movie was actually a lot of fun. And to further explain why I enjoyed the film, let's move on to Mustang Notes. On June 17, 2014, Warner Brothers announced that they would reboot the Scooby-Doo film series with an animated movie, then being written by Randall Green. On August 17, 2015, Tony Carvon, who had previously worked on several other Scooby-Doo projects, was hired to direct the movie, now with a script by Matt Lieberman. Alison Abate and Pam Coates produced the film, with Charles Roven and Richard Suckle among its executive producers. Dan Povenmire was set to be involved in a creative capacity, and was eventually also credited as an executive producer on the film. At the 2016 CinemaCon, the film's official title was announced to be Scoob, with a plot involving Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine Gang working for a larger organization. The film was intended to lead into a cinematic universe based on Hanna-Barbera properties, kind of like what Marvel or DC has been doing these days. In September 2016, it was reported that Dax Shepard would co-direct the film along with Servon, and would also revise the script, until he left the project in October 2018, and Kelly Freeman Craig was set as the screenwriter instead. Now, in my personal opinion, I think animated Scooby-Doo is a lot better than live-action Scooby-Doo, even if these two movies are guilty pleasures for me. Anyway, I think Warner Animation Group and Real FX did a great job making the CGI stay true to Hanna-Barbera style. And while sometimes a tad modern, I think the comedy and gags are pretty funny. As for the story, well, to me, I think it's a little different compared to most Scooby-Doo films. But at the same time, I find it to be interesting that this movie is in fact a crossover between two Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And trust me, Scooby-Doo is no stranger when it comes to crossovers. Aside from the Addams Family, Mystery Inc. has also crossed paths with several movie stars, along with Batman, the rock band Kiss, WWE, and just recently, Bill Nye and Elvira. However, I recently found out that this movie is not the only time when Scooby-Doo met with the Blue Falcon and Dynomutt. You see, there was the Scooby-Doo / Dynomutt Hour from 1976 to 1977. They appeared in the Mystery Incorporated episode Heart of Evil, and in the 2013 film Mask of the Blue Falcon. Also, one of my favorite parts of the movie is the opening prologue, which brings back fond memories of a pup named Scooby-Doo. And I really loved this movie's version of the classical Scooby-Doo theme song, only this time it's sung by late 2000s rock duo Best Coast. Also, I like that the film features Greek mythology and that it focuses on the value of friendship. Anyway, that's basically all I got for Mustang notes. So, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought it to life. Scooby-Doo is once again voiced by veteran voice actor Frank Welker. To me, Scooby-Doo is funny and a charming cartoon dog. And I think he's kind of similar to Astro from the Jetsons due to how he talks. Also, I think the scene where Scooby met Shaggy was a really sweet moment. And I think Scooby's role in this movie is pretty interesting due to him being connected to a dog from Alexander the Great's history. Scooby's best pal, Shaggy Rogers, is voiced by Will Forte, who was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 and The Willoughbys. To me, Shaggy is not too different in this movie. Sure, he's a nice guy with a huge appetite, plus, I think he and Scooby share a close friendship bond. However, later, Shaggy becomes jealous of Scooby's special role, and he becomes heartbroken when the Blue Falcon gives Scooby his own super suit and makes him take off his collar. Also, I felt that the scene where Shaggy and Scooby closed the underworld gates from both sides kind of felt like the ending to Kingdom Hearts. Not to say that it was bad or anything, it really did tug at my heart big time. The rest of Mystery Inc. are as follows. Fred Jones, voiced by Zac Efron. Velma Dinkley, voiced by Gina Rodriguez. And Daphne Blake, voiced by Amanda Seyfried. Fred serves as the leader of the gang, though I found it kind of weird that Fred has an attraction for the Mystery Machine. Velma is the brains of the group, and Daphne is a kind and loving girl, especially when she helps a rotten robot whom she names Dusty. Anyway, I think these guys are great friends, and I just love the scene when they first met Shaggy and Scooby during Halloween when they were kids. Plus, I think Zach, Gina, and Amanda do great jobs voicing them. Next up, we have Brian, aka the Blue Falcon, voiced by Mark Wahlberg, whom was in the final two Bayformers movies and Patriots Day. Now, Brian is the successor and son of the original Blue Falcon after he retired. In my eyes, Brian is friendly and he has good intentions, although he has a deep sense of self-importance and he's often very conceited and immature at times. He's not very bright when it comes to plan making and who he should trust, and he's weighed down by the stress of trying to be like his father. Although, thankfully, Brian does learn to be his own person and trust in his abilities. Brian's aide and pilot, Dee Dee Sykes, is voiced by Kiersey Clemens, who played Darling in the 2019 Lady and the Tramp movie. To me, Dee Dee is a great character due to her martial arts skills, and I really love the way she flies the Falcon Fury. Next we come to the Blue Falcon's Dogbot sidekick, Dynomutt the Dog Wonder, voiced by Ken Jeong, who got to be in Despicable Me 2, DreamWorks Turbo, Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween, and Wonder Park. Now, Dynomutt would have to be my favorite character in this movie, due to him being very serious about his responsibilities as a superhero and his loyalty to the Falcon Fury crew. Plus, Dynomutt is willing to risk himself to protect his friends. Another character to talk about is Captain Caveman, a fur-covered caveman superhero who resides in Messick Mountain, voiced by Tracy Morgan. Best known for voicing Louise in the Rio films. This guy serves as the personal protector of the third Cerberus skull. To me, Captain Caveman can be prone to violence, like during the scene where he fights Scooby and the Blue Falcon. Finally, we come to the main antagonist, Dick Dastardly, voiced by Jason Isaacs, best known for playing Lucius Malfoy from the Harry Potter film series, as well as being in The Patriot, Cars 2, and the 2003 Peter Pan film. Now, Dick is a criminal mastermind who plots to obtain treasure from the Greek underworld and rescue his dog's sidekick Muttley. In my eyes, Dick is rude, cruel, and egotistical. He often mistreats his minions, the Rottens, when they fail him, such as removing one of their heads and replacing it with a dust-filled vacuum cleaner. Plus, Dastardly is highly intelligent, and he can be pretty dangerous. Also, I think his rotten robot minions are kind of like the Decepticons from the Transformers films, Robo Babies, and the Beetleworks from the Epic Mickey games. And now for my final words. Overall, Scoob is a fun Scooby-Doo film. The story is very engaging and nostalgic. The CGI animation stays true to Hanna-Barbera style. The characters are memorable, charming, and funny, and I like the addition of Blue Falcon and Dynomutt. And while the plot may have been a little bit modern and a tad cliched, as well as the ending, I think the comedy is really hilarious. And I like the use of Greek mythology and that it focuses on the value of friendship. By the way, I'd hate to reference a Scooby-Doo villain, but we would have been able to see this movie in theaters if it weren't for that meddling virus. So, if you folks love Scooby-Doo, you should definitely give this movie a watch, especially during the Halloween season. And be sure to have some Scooby snacks with you. I give this film a 70% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time, because I have some unfinished business to attend to with it. Mustang Power.